Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Thursday, June 27, 2013. We'll be looking at YHOO Incorporated today. Ticker symbol is YHOO. Bring out the old tools here. Alright, here's the ticker symbol right there. And you can see this particular chart is very interesting for the actual situation that's going on with the markets overall. Remember, the 90% of stocks will follow the overall market averages because the averages are made up of individual stocks, right? Okay, that makes sense. Whenever you're looking at the averages, you can see that we have this rolling over pattern forming. You can see there that before you were seeing support at the 50, now you're just finding resistance. So when you go out there and look at individual companies, you're probably going to see a lot of the same thing, and that's really important. And right now, today, that's what we're talking about. In this previous situation on YHOO, you can see that price activity was in an uptrend, makes this move up here, and then pulls back about 30%, right? That's normal. You come this move up here, and you have 5 consecutive days to the upside. No market moves straight up, and then you get a little consolidation, and then you continue the overall trend, and then that's simply higher. Okay, over here, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we pull back, we get the hammer candlestick formation near support, finding support at the 50-period moving average, bouncing off that line. That makes perfect sense. Whenever you are in a bearish situation or a bearish market, the same thing happens, it's just completely flipped upside down. Now we look at 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive days to the downside. No market moves straight down, so you've had this move here, and you counter trend move about 30, maybe even 50%, and then you start to get sell signs, because that will be the sign that you are reaching the end of your ability to bounce there. You're finding some sell pressure in this case, and you're starting to go lower. How do I know that there's sell pressure there? Because I can look at this wick, the candlestick and the formation here. You can see this wick going out of the top. It's like a hammer turned upside down. That shouldn't surprise you. You can see over here in an uptrend, you'll get a hammer at the bottom, and then you'll reverse and start moving higher. That makes perfect sense. In this case here, you go over here, you hit the hammer, or inverted hammer, I should say, in this situation, and then you start looking for it to come test the previous low. In the situation here, we look at this low point, we say, is there a hammer candlestick formation? No, then it will not hold when it's tested. Therefore, we'll be coming down here, testing these levels over here. Okay, so we have a lot more room to move to the downside. There's other things that could tell you the same thing. Let's look, for example, for a moment at the overall trend here. We had this move going on to the upside, right? We talked about that. And then you come up here, you create a pullback, nice hammer, and then you bounce, and you fail to take out the previous high. You just basically can't do it. So you pull back down, you try again, you get a lower high than you've seen before. Sell signals come into play. You're seeing that sell pressure has increased, and we come down here and we do something. We break this previous support line right here. Support, 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 support. Once you close below it, it turns into resistance. The same thing can be drawn by looking at the 50-period moving average, that red line right there on the chart. Right here, you can see that it's support. When we come down close to it and bounce off it, where buyers are buying at that level. As long as you're at that support line in a bullish uptrend, you will bounce off of it, finding support here, finding support here. When you close below that, you will see it change. All of a sudden, the support line's been broken. It should turn into resistance, and that's what you're seeing happen here. So all of this makes sense for the sell side. I would be looking for confirmation, like actually taking out, like we said here. You got the sell signal here, wick out of the top. The following day, you gave you a lower low from one day to the next. At that point, even at intraday, you can start selling with the stop set right here. You can do the same thing here. If you have a situation where you say, okay, I can't time it, I'm working or whatever, I can't do that, how else could I trade it? Here's another way to do that. What you simply do is you would take the opportunity that you see here and say, okay, that's a sell, the overall trend is down, I'm going to set my stop off the previous high right here. As long as price activity, even if on Friday you were to go higher, if you fail to break out this level, you're still in an overall downtrend. Remember, this is the high, the low, the lower high, and do this number, we come here, no matter what I do, if I come up here and hit 2689 exactly, which is what this previous high was, and then reverse, all I'm doing is still moving in a downtrend. Nothing's changed. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.